I got it. I figured it out. I've come up with a solution to solve multiple world crises. It's gonna sound a little bit crazy, but just hear me out. You're gonna want to sit down for this. Take in a deep breath and prepare yourself for the future of planet Earth and the human species. Why do humans eat meat? Because it tastes good, because it helps sustain our bodies, right? Okay, well, what if I told you that there is a source of meat on this planet? It is in very rich supply. It's been staring us in the face this entire time, but we just never put the pieces together. It just never really clicked. That is, until now. Humans. Humans for food. No, just don't go. Please, just hear me out. Listen to my reasoning, and then you can judge me. Just listen, please. It's not as radical as it sounds. The first human to kill an animal for food, and when he shared his breakthrough with the other cavemen, they probably had the same reaction that you're having right now. What a vulgar thought! To take the life of another living creature and consume the formerly warm, living flesh? There are too many people on this planet. We would be doing Mother Earth a disservice if we just let the population exponentially keep growing, using up all of her finite resources. If our species is as smart as it claims to be, we would realize that eating our own kind is the smartest thing that we can do. Let's get to the science of it, because we all know that science proves even the craziest of thoughts. Our bodies break down the foods that we eat into smaller building blocks and then puts them back together to make up us, right? That's a fact that nobody can deny. Vegans, they got it all wrong. They eat foods that are completely different in molecular structure than our own bodies. So their bodies are working extra hard, their metabolisms are really working round the clock to break things down into even smaller pieces to put them together in the right order to make up us. Now, if you ask me, that sounds like a huge waste of time, a huge waste of energy, and you're just too much work is going into that. No wonder vegans are always so slim and physically fit. Okay, so now that I have your attention with the science of everything, this is where common sense comes into play. If we're gonna be eating food with the same building blocks that make up us, our bodies ever so efficiently put those pieces together without having to waste all this extra energy to break things down. Great. Now this is the most wonderful part of it all. Luckily for us, many individuals in our species have evolved to actually live sedentary, non-active lifestyles. Now, if you're a meat connoisseur such as myself, you'll pick up what I'm putting down real nicely. Less physical activity, more fat, more marbling of the meat. The juicier the cuts of the steak, and our mouths are literally watering. My mouth is literally a waterfall as I'm talking about this. So the next question that comes up is, how do we decide which people become the meal and which people become the ones that we keep in our homes and we love and cherish and spend our lives with? Well, we've made a decision like this before. We as a species decided that some animals were worthy of living in our homes and our love, and other animals deserve to be slaughtered and placed on our plates for food. So honestly, it's not that far stretch of an imaginational question, you know, we've already made the decision before. We're just making it again. We're gonna pick the ones that are less smart There's far too many of them in the world, and they're not really good for anything. Those are the ones that are going to become our food. That's just the way things are. After all, we're not at the top of the food chain for nothing. Oh, sweetie, no, don't get sad. I know it seems inhumane to take the life of another living thing just so we can have delicious food in our tummies. But it only gets really sad if you think about what actually happens every time you sit down for a meal and you choose to eat meat. Before you know it, you'll just become desensitized to it. You won't even think about it anymore. It'll become a natural part of life. Some die, so others who are more deserving of this life can live. Plus, you don't have to be the one who kills the people for your food. You can just pay somebody else to do it for you, so you don't have to look at the fear and the sadness in the eyes of the ones who are just about to get slaughtered. Alright, I'm getting pretty hungry. Do you want to go grab some dinner? Yeah, sure. What do you feel like getting? Do you want fetus, toddler, adult, senior citizen? Oh my god, yeah, I know a really good teenage boy place just down the street. They make the best ribs. Alright, you guys have probably had enough weirdo yas for one day, so I'm gonna let you go. But don't forget to keep on shining and just being you. Mwah. Peace out, hippies.